know what you heard about me. If it ain't about God, then it ain't about me. I was made by the king, that's the king in me. I know the haters only hate what they can't. Now go ahead and put your lies in the block to block. He holding me up high to sit on top of the rock. Although my enemies surround me, shoot them aside. I'm a slide, hottest thing they can into my side. Look here, you mad about this, and I'm just scratching the surface. I'm telling cool to savage just to get to my first. And when you really think about it, it's just you that you hurting. Trying to knock me down and throw my name in the dirt. He said the last will be first, and the first will be last. I see what I see with my heart in the face. I am who I am, doing only what I hate. Where I'm weak, I'm just stronger than any mortal man. Yes, sit down. Yeah, that's the one that I'm waiting on. The one that gave me life. The one that wanted to say that. The one that hooked and good. I can't no man close. He keep me on my toes, so I go wherever he goes. Yeah, now he don't hide in the righteous, no. And I don't care if you don't like me. So I can't say what's mine. He's gonna make friends, so don't waste my time. You heard me? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You heard me? Yeah. No. You heard me? You heard me? You heard me? Yeah. You heard me? You heard me? You heard me? Yeah, okay, yeah. You heard me?
This is the boy, comedian Edwin-Douglas, and you are on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. That's right, we are on iheart-radio, Spotify.com, and as well as Spreaker.com. We have a great show tonight, today, and every day. But before we get started, let me bring in my team for this episode. First, my co-host, Mr. Motivator. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing great. How's everybody?
Good, good. And awesome. Also, let's bring in our DJ sidekick, Uncle Ben. All right. And we have a third co-host. She's our guest co-host. Also, she's a radio personality and a business woman. Her name is Madelyn-Basss. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great. Hello, everyone.
Right.
Hope you're having a great day.
Right.
Hello.
Welcome to You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show, and I think it's going to be a wonderful, great interview. And let's get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest for the show, she is a writer. She is a producer. She is also a director. And we're not going to spill the beans on what the upcoming project is. That's why she's on the show, and she's going to tell us all about it. Please welcome to You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. Her name is Tanisha Dean. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes. I have to say this. Your mom, I've been knowing her for at least 3 to 4 years, and she spoke, about you, and but what she did not realize how serious I am what I do. So what really opened the door when it took her 3 years to really look at my videos, then she's like, wow, okay, you are for real. So that's how we came about for today. So welcome to the show. Thank your mom, and I thank your mother for turning me on to what you do as well.
I sure will. I'm glad y'all made a connection. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, great. My first question to you is, tell us what made you get into become a director, writer, and a producer.
Okay. Well, my husband is a pastor. Well, I would say even before he became a pastor, actually, in church, I was started acting in the skits, the drama ministry at church. And then when my husband became a pastor, I started writing my own skits for the drama ministry. And then it just kind of grew from there. I had other churches asking me to do plays at their church. And it was probably so that went on for about 10 years, where I just kind of did church skits and plays and such. And then the Lord laid it on my heart that this is what you are supposed to be doing. This is what your ministry is. This is what your purpose is in the arts. And so once I discovered that, that's when I started writing full production. So here I am today.
Wow. My second question to you is, if you was not doing what you're doing today, did you have any other dreams about becoming something else other than writing plays? That's a hard question. I mean, I can answer that with so many different, the reason it's hard because I can answer it with so many different answers. I would say I love to dance, so that would probably be the first thing is I would be dancing on stage somewhere. So it's still the arts, you know. So definitely something in the arts is what I would be doing. Okay, Mr. Motivator?
I like Pastor Dean. After seeing some of your interviews and everything, and what's it like to be so gifted and to have a supportive husband like Pastor Dean?
Oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be able to do it without his support. Our production is called Divinity Productions, and it consists of me and him. And so he's also the stage manager for my production. So he is a huge part of this team.
Wow.
And he's amazing, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him. He told the cast with our first production that, how could I not be a part of this, especially how supportive my wife has been, with our church. We founded a church, and so he feels like, he needs to be there for me as I've been there for him. And so he's been amazing, absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm blessed, yes.
Go ahead, Motivator. You got another one?
Oh, yeah, I have one more. Now, also I noticed that you're blessed with some amazing talent. I thought Tyler Perry had all the talent till I saw what you had. Now, how is it your personality? How are you able to come across so many amazing people, and for them to just be so supportive and excited to work with you? That really impressed me.
As far as the cast is concerned,
Yes. How did you get a cast like that?
God is good. First of all, I'll say that.
Amen.
Amen. For my first, so When Silence Speaks is my second production. My first one, I had a casting call. We prayed and we asked for God to bring the people. And he just brought some amazing people to us. Same thing happened with When Silence Speaks. We had a casting call, and we were just able to choose Dallas has some amazing talent. Let me just say that. It's hard to choose when everybody is so talented, not just acting, but singing and just being on stage. They're really talented. So, like I said, Dallas has some amazing talent, but I was definitely blessed with an amazing cast for When Silence Speaks.
Yes.
Well,
I definitely think you guys are going to surprise a lot of people, because I was just blown away when I saw all the talent and everything that you've been blessed with.
Uncle Ben. Look here, Mr. Motivator. You've been rude to our guest co-host. 1 + 1 is 2, not 3.
Okay, I'm sorry, Uncle Ben.
Go ahead, Madeline. Uncle Ben. Madeline, you got a couple of questions you want to ask?
I know she was talking about being a dancer, doing praise dancing. Is that something that you would choreograph, or is it something that you've done in the past? Is it a passion that came from something else, or is it something you would want to learn?
I have been dancing, since I was a little girl. Jazz, tap, and ballet, my parents would put me in. And I went to college, but I wasn't introduced to praise dance, so I went to college at Xavier University in New Orleans. I saw praise dancing there, and I was like, oh, wow, I can dance for the church. That's awesome. So I got involved in that. And then when I transferred to Dallas, I started going to my husband's church. We were dating at the time, and I was still in college, and the pastor then, the late A.E. Royal Sr., put me over the dance ministry at the church, which was daunting for me because I'd never, number one, been over any ministry at a church. But it was a great learning experience for me, and just a great opportunity. And I would, choreograph, figure out the music, choreograph them for adults and youth. And so that's where, I really started with that. But my knees are not good. I've had several knee surgeries. So my dancing days are pretty much over. Mm-hmm. So thank God that he blessed me with the ability to write, and put together some plays, so I can, I can still be involved in the arts, just not on the dance floor.
Right. Well, what was your inspiration for writing? What started that? Like I said, I've been writing skits for some time. I would say one of the things that sets me apart, I think, is I'm a out-of-the-box thinker. So my plays will not be what you would expect from a gospel stage play. Like When Silence Speaks, my first play, I made it like a reality show, game show on stage. So, my prayer is that people would be entertained, that they would see something new and different when it came to a gospel stage play on stage. And I did the same thing with When Silence Speaks. It's a different kind of out-of-the-box way to present it, but still get the message across. Okay. So I think in my writing, that's what kind of sets me apart a little bit. Wow. Excellent. Thank you.
What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and don't you guys go away too far. You heard me? This is the boy, comedian Edwin-Douglas. Are you looking for a car? Do you have bad credit? Don't you worry about a thing. All you need is $500, and your job is your credit. That's right. Log on AutoCityCredit.com. That's right, AutoCityCredit.com. And by the way, when you get there, tell them that your boy, comedian Edwin-Douglas, told you all about it on Uheardme First Radio Talk Show. You heard me? Now go get your car. All right, we're back. we have two special guests, our writer, producer, and director, Tanisha Dean, and also our guest co-host, Madelyn-Basss. Before we went on a break, before I go any further, Uncle Ben, you have no right to try to make your co-worker look bad. He had every right to ask anything he wanted to. Uncle Ben, I was trying to get him to follow the instruction, Uncle Ben. Well, that's my job. But I thank you for helping out. We are a team, and good job. Before we went on a break, you were sharing with us that you used to dance, and you were having problems after you had surgery, so it made you spend more time writing. By you saying all that, do you think sometimes God works in mysterious ways where He reveals what your calling is? If so, could you share that with us?
Absolutely. I absolutely believe that. The way that He reveals things to us, and I have had several different jobs. I can't even begin to tell you guys. I've changed my major so many times. When I was in college, I started out as a pre-med major. Then I changed it to speech-language pathology. Then I transferred to Denton, where I graduated at TWU. And then I went to graduate school in Dallas at the Collier Center. And that's where I dropped out of college, because I said, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life. I know this isn't what God has for me. And from then on, I went on to several different careers and jobs, just not finding fulfillment. But in the meantime, I was writing and still doing my skits. And a few years ago, like I said, all of a sudden, I was like looking and saying, where do you get the most excitement, and what fire is burning inside of me when I'm doing something? And it's with my writing and plays. And I did this big Christmas play. They kept asking me to come back at this particular church. So I did their big Christmas play 3 years in a row. And I would be so excited just to do these plays and just to write and see what I was going to do next. And God just revealed, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Right. And once it became clear, like clear as day, it's like it was written on my forehead this entire time, and I couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. But it was revealed to me, and now I have it. My third eye. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It was my third eye. Well, now I know. Now I know. And the fact that I know is absolutely amazing, and I'm so thankful. Once you figure it out, you got it, and you just start working towards that goal, working towards that dream, and just the revelation in itself, I'm so thankful for.
Mr. Motivator, we're going to give you one question, then let Madelyn get one, and then we're going to move forward.
Okay, I like the fact that you figured out the fact that you were taking some things in school and it wasn't you. And can I ask you, how did you feel when you really discovered you? I mean, when you discovered that, hey, God has given you something that's special. Tell us about that feeling that came over you.
Oh, man. I would say just a feeling of freedom, I think. Because when you don't know, you just feel, I think, kind of stuck. Because you don't know where to go next. You don't have direction.
Yeah.
But once you have it, once it's revealed to you what your purpose is, there's a freedom there. So now I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I know exactly, that this is where God wants me. And I can just work towards that. And everything I do is for that. Because it's not only my purpose, it's my ministry. So everything that I do, I'm working to build the kingdom as well.
Amen.
So I would say the best word would be freedom.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Madeline.
Well, I know that I like to focus on you being a first lady. It brings about a lot of challenges in balancing your life. So with writing and promoting your plays, what is it that you can share with some of us on how you keep that balance and you don't get overwhelmed or let one overflow with you sharing the word?
Oh, man, Madeline, that question. My husband and I actually get that question a lot because we also have 3 little ones. I have a 22-month-old, a 5-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Yes, I got babies. And so I get that question, how do you balance it all with the plays? And, honestly, we're still trying to figure that out. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know how we do it, but somehow, when you don't think about it and you just kind of do it, you just do it. When somebody starts to list out the things, how do you got 3 kids and you got the church and then you got these plays and then your work, me and my husband both still work, 9 to 5 as well. And how do y'all balance it? I'm like, honestly, I feel like we're still trying to figure that out. It's just the day-to-day, doing it. But we have an amazing support system. Both of our parents are here in Dallas. They're still living. I have 2 sisters, and, we have an amazing support system that helps us with the children. And my dad joined our church recently, and so he's been a big help there. And so I wish I had this great, profound answer for that one, but I just don't.
Believe it or not, that was great.
Okay.
That was great, and that was great.
Thank you.
Because you said a key word a lot of people don't realize. I'm in the show business. Madeline, she's out there doing radio and much more, and so does Mr. Motivator. He's a comedian. We've done several projects together. When the word amazing is the creator, and when God put that in you, that means that your gift that God put in you the day that you were born, it was anointed. So when you can't figure it out, when you say that your forehead, that's your soul. That's your third eye. That's the Holy Spirit. That you've been obedient, believing in the gift. So when you were changing your major and doing this, that was the earth angel was guiding your direction according to your prayers, your mom, your dad, your sister, yourself. Once upon a time when you and your husband were boyfriend, girlfriend, so God was lining you guys up to where you are now. That's why that one word you said, amazing grace. Okay? So on this show here, and what's about to happen when I ask you this, it's going to give you the answer when you said you don't know how. And the question that I'm going to ask you, I asked everyone in their dreams and trial and tribulation. What is one of the trial and tribulation that with your husband and your family have gone through to keep this dream alive?
One of the trials and tribulations that we've gone through?
Yes.
I would say the biggest trial that we've gone through would be losing a baby. Mm-hmm. We had difficulty getting pregnant, and we finally, we went through a little bit of a fertility treatment, and we finally was able to get pregnant. We had everybody praying for us to have this baby. Everybody, strangers, anybody we could think of, like, please pray. We're trying to get pregnant. And so we got pregnant, and about the 5th month, went to go find out if the baby was a boy or a girl, and they couldn't find the heartbeat. And so, nonetheless, we were devastated. But what made it worse at the time is because I was so far along, I could not have a D&C. I had to deliver the baby. And so I had difficulty at that time trying to figure out why would the Lord make it this way. Why couldn't I just go in and have a D&C? Why do I have to give birth and not leave with my child? It was devastating, really, and I just had so many whys. Why would he allow this to happen? Why would he have everybody praying to, get us pregnant, and finally we're pregnant and we lose the baby? So those couple of days before we were able to get in to deliver the baby was filled with a lot of whys and questions and devastation. And so we went into the hospital, and I had an epidural and gave birth to the baby. And at that moment, the doctor puts the baby in my arms, and a complete and total peace came over me and my husband. That's the peace that the Bible talks about that surpasses understanding, because we don't know where it came from, or we didn't understand it. We know where it came from, but we didn't understand having, if somebody would have told us prior, you're going to have peace at that moment, we'd say, oh, no, we're going to, I don't know how we're going to survive it. Mm-hmm. But we were able to have complete peace in that moment and hold our baby so peaceful that, we had a room full of people, and it wasn't, we were holding a dead baby, but it was just our baby at that moment. And so we were asking our family and friends, y'all want to hold them? Y'all, not thinking, we were just at peace at that moment, not thinking that they would be kind of scared or uncomfortable holding, the baby that had deceased. But to us at that moment, he was our baby. Wow. And so being able to get through that and experiencing that peace has gotten us through everything for the next, my husband and I have been married 17 years. I think we have been married 10 years when we got pregnant. Could have been less than that. And so from those years on, just knowing that we've had that kind of peace that we can get through anything. We can get through that.
Bless him. Wow, amazing. Bless him.
Yeah.
I have this game that I play with all my guests on this show.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And I'm just going to ask you 3 simple questions. And one of them is supposed to make you laugh. Okay?
Okay.
All 3. And the name of this game is, don't think about it, just say it. Don't think about it, just say it. Okay, here we go. Red or blue?
Blue.
Okay. New York or Miami?
New York.
And the very last question, hypothetical thinking. You were asleep and you heard an audio voice from God. And God came to you and asked you, when you wake up, which one of these guys you like for your husband to be built like for 8 hours? Would it be LL Cool J or Shaquille O'Neal?
Which that was easy. LL Cool J.
LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James. Is that what y'all call them, ladies?
Ladies love Cool James. That's right.
Okay, all right, okay. I bet your husband probably smiling on that if he was built like him. He probably standing right there behind you smiling.
He might think he already built like him. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He's not, but you know.
Well, before we let you go, I'm going to let Madeline and Mr. Motivator ask you one more question. And then after they ask you whatever they ask you, then tell everybody what you got coming up and how you can be reached. But first, let's let our guest host, Mr. Motivator, ask her one more question.
Okay.
Yes, my question would be.
I said our guest host. Her name is Madeline.
I'm sorry, Miss Madeline. Go right ahead.
It is all right. I'm going to let you go ahead.
No, hey, ladies first.
Thank you, sir. Well, I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to say that I do appreciate and admire you. I know that the challenge of a child and not being able to bring it home, I can definitely relate to that because that also happens to us. And I commend you guys in your strength and being able to even share it with others and being open with us. So thank you for just allowing us the opportunity to get to know you more on a personal level.
Amen. Thank you, Madeline. And I'm sorry that happened to you and your family. I really am.
Hey, we just know God is in control. We have to trust Him.
Of all things, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Motivator.
Well, I know you're going to do a picture with all of us here at the studio, but also I'd like to know, could Mr. Motivator have a personal picture with both of us on there? And an autograph as well. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Are y'all coming to the play?
Yes, I will definitely be there, and
awesome.
I'll definitely be there. And go ahead and tell everyone, give us a little insight preview of the play and when and what, and just tell us everything.
Absolutely. So this production is called When Silence Speaks. Okay. And just to give you a little snippet or just an overview of what it's about. It follows the life of a man by the name of Darnell Bird. We call him D. Bird. And it follows him. It gives you a familiar story, but in a different way, a different kind of out-of-the-box way for you to know him. And I hope that it leaves the people wanting to know more about Christ as well as being led to say something. Our movement is #SaySomething, okay? And that's all I can tell you, but please know that you will be completely entertained. You're going to laugh. You may cry, but it's an amazing message that you'll receive. So the talent is amazing. The actors are really, really good. The singing, oh, my goodness. The singing is going to wow you guys, I promise you. And my husband has made a guarantee. We're not on one accord with this. Let me preface that with saying we're not on one accord, but he has made a guarantee that if somebody does not like this play, that he will give them their money back. That's how confident he is in the production and in the product and in the, it's going to be a quality production. It's a whole event. So we're going to have the red carpet. We're going to serve you. We're going to have entertainment. So the doors open at 6 o'clock. So please, feel free to show up early. We'll have some entertainment for you. And then the curtain opens at 7. And you can get tickets at eventbrite.com or any cast member, me, anybody on the team, we can get you tickets as well. The show is November the 10th at 7 p.m. at the Brownlee Auditorium in Garland, Texas. So please come out.
It's okay to get a price. What's the price for the tickets?
The ticket, I'm sorry, thank you. The tickets are $25 in advance, $35 at the door, and then we have VIP as well. VIP is $40. And with the VIP, you get premium seating. You also get free concessions, and you also get a photo with the cast. So we'll have a little VIP reception after.
Great. Well, I can say that myself, because I promised your mom that I would support her, and now I've spoken with you, I will definitely be there because I enjoy supporting anyone that was trying to get things off the ground or anything that they believe in to entertain people. And so I will definitely be there.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys will really enjoy it. The cast has been working, really hard to bring a quality production that you're going to really enjoy. So I'm confident you're going to love it.
All right. Well, I'll be talking with you before the play, and I'll definitely be there. I believe Mr. Motivator, he's going to be there, and myself. I don't know about Uncle Ben. He always begging. He always got his hand out, But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I can definitely have some media passes for you. Just let me know how many, and I'll have them at the door for you.
Okay. Look at Uncle Ben. He's smiling. He like that. Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben. Well, are you happy? Uncle Ben. I'm from Jam now. Uncle Ben. All right. But thank you. Like I said, I'll be talking to you before the show, and I'm looking forward to support you guys and see it go to the next level and go on a tour. Hopefully, God will open that door sooner than you guys expected. So, yes.
That would be awesome.
Yes. So thank you, and we'll be talking to you soon, and God bless you, okay?
God bless you. Thank you so much again. Thank you for the opportunity, and it was a pleasure meeting each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Be blessed.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
All
right. Now, Mr. Motivator, and you enjoyed that, Uncle Ben?
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
And how about you, Madelyn? That was some good questions you asked, Madelyn. And
I had a great time.
Good. But, when we come back, we got something special. We have Relationship Monday. Also, our special guest co-host is going to educate us on credit and businesses, information. And I think our listeners will really need to hear this. And, of course, we're going to do a motivation moment. But right now, Uncle Ben going to take us around the block, and we'll be right back. Don't you guys go away too far. You heard me?
Watch this short video to get 30 minutes of uninterrupted listening. Enjoy the next 30 minutes of uninterrupted listening.
him means to love him. To love him means to be obedient. Nothing contrary to his word, because he proves his grace day by day. Sweet. We love him and we trust him. He is the light at the end of the tunnel that sees us through. Jesus, you are so sweet to me. Sweet. But wait, there was thorns on his head. He was wounded in his scars, and he bled all over for our sins. He is sweet. He paid a price to give us life. He is so sweet, sweet. His aroma and his fragrance, it renews our spirits, and it saves our souls, and it keeps us alive because you died on that cross for us. Sweet. So no need for us to persecute you and put up a fuss, because you are sweet and not rough. So we love you, Jesus, and in you we trust. Now that's sweet.
All right, we're back. You heard me first radio talk show. I am your host, comedian Edwin-Douglas, right along with my co-host, Mr. Motivator, and the DJ sidekick, Uncle Ben and Uncle Ben. And we have our special guest co-host. She is a radio personality as well, and a businesswoman. Her name is madelyn-basss. Speaking of that, before we let her do her segment, I'm going to do Motivation Moment right along with Relationship Monday after we let her educate us on credit and business. Okay, Madelyn, tell everyone what you do. Educate us. This is your segment. Go ahead.
Hello. I just first of all want to say, Edwin, thank you for the opportunity to be here to share with everybody. And I have a big, humongous genre of businesses, so we focus on a lot of different things and helping individuals with their small businesses. If you're an independent, whether you're a marketer, direct selling, it doesn't matter. Whether you're young or young at heart, we have strategies and ways to help you get your businesses off the ground and to help you stay open longer. So we have every service that you would need. We will connect with you and connect you with different businesses and even other business partners we outsource. So it's just great, from credit repair all the way down to just if you got something at the house you need. So we have a lot to offer.
Well, my first question, if someone just had, let's say, a low credit score under 400, share with our listeners what are some of the things they may need to do to get started.
Well, first, there are some things that you can do on your own to get a little bit of motion going before you seek out after someone to repair your credit for you. You can do things like get your balances current. If you are behind on credit cards, car payments, house payments, things along those lines, you want to make sure that you're caught up on those things, because that's a line of credit that they go on when they score you, and it's anything that is connected to a bank. So if you have monies that you borrowed, basically what your credit is your credibility as a person. So the first things that I would focus on is getting those accounts current if they're delinquent in any way. Stay consistent with that for at least 6 months in doing that. That's going to raise your score considerably, especially if you have credit cards with great limits or balances that they will allow you to have. If you have a newer car, if your home is in a really great neighborhood and it has good value, good equity, those are some things that are going to allow them to see, okay, now they're back on track. So those are the first things first. And there are little things that I believe people can do in order to make the first step to repairing your credit.
Motivator, you got any question on credit? I mean, we're all trying to come up, trying to make it better. Go ahead, man.
Yes, I like that. But when people try to get their credit cleaned up, and maybe they send money in to take care of certain bills, and they notice that they've paid for this account, but there's other people start contacting them, and some might wait a year, 2 years, or 4 years later, and they start contacting them for the same bill. What can a person do when they're trying to clean their credit up, and they have a lot of different people contacting them for the same bill that was paid?
Okay, so let me understand. So there's a bill that has already been paid off, that you've already worked out something with the actual business that you borrowed the money from or gotten the merchandise from. And
yes,
there are other credit companies calling to also receive on the debt. Is that what you're asking me?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, with situations like that, I would not offer any information. I wouldn't even confirm that the debt is even there, because what they're trying to do is, some businesses do what they call double dipping. And so they've submitted that this payment is due, even though you've paid it off. It's been paid off for a period of time, depending on how long you haven't paid that bill. Say it was 5 years before you actually paid that bill off. Well, then there's another year that goes by that it's actually been paid off. Get a letter of finalization when you do pay it off. Contact that bank that you actually borrowed it from, or the company that you borrowed it from, and let them know the phone number and maybe even a contact of the name of the business that is contacting you, and allow them to remove that from your credit. Because what's happening is these places are getting access to your credit, your score, your credit report. And that's why it's important that you keep your eye on it periodically, so that you can see that if there's someone checking your credit. And that's how theft happens. So, excuse me, if you have paid this bill off, make sure you keep proof of that. And that's where a credit repair company comes in. If you find it happening often, my recommendation would be to connect with a credit repair company and allow them, as the professionals, to go in and make sure that they take all of that off. It's called derogatory credit.
Yes.
You want to have that removed. So then that way, when there are people looking and seeing and fishing, there's nothing for them to get. And the fact that you're also going in and looking and making sure that your credit is not being taken in any way. Identity theft is not being taken as well. So those are the two things. Did I answer your question?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
A lot of people get caught up on, well, I'm not going to pay nothing off until 7 years. And I know things have changed over decades. When someone has something on their credit report for 7 years or more, does that automatically really fall off on automatically, or that person still responsible to make sure that it gets off?
I hear that a lot. Okay. It's not a guarantee that it will drop off your credit. So that is, once again, one of the things that you would have to hire someone to have that removed. Now, there are steps that you can do on your own, writing letters and things of that sort. But if you still owe that debt, then if it's been longer than 7 years, those professionals can go in and have that removed. But it has to be removed in a way that it cannot be put back on your credit. And that's where I think a lot of people kind of get to the point where, like, if I can do it myself, I'm good. But these are professionals. They know what to do and how to do everything that needs to get done with removing things from your credit. So the removals really are some things that can help you. And also your addresses. If you have addresses that are not yours, these are things that can lower your credit. So always make sure if it's removals that you're wanting and corrections, those are some things that you want someone who's professional that knows already what to do, the ins and outs of getting that done permanently.
Wow, great. I have one more. A lot of people not aware of taking a personal credit score and want to convert it with their business profile. And with that being said, it could be very powerful if you take care of business and, like we said, remove everything off your credit because you need to have professional individuals to do that. Is it true a person, what I call credit specialist, can help you add points? Let's say they want to get from 500 to maybe, let's say, 750 or 780. If that exists, how does that work?
Okay, that's a really good question. Now, when it comes to raising your score, like I said, there are some things that basically that you can do with paying everything on time. The other thing, when you're using a professional or a specialist, as you said, that's really a good term. These are specialists, they're experts. Then what happens with that is when they start removing those derogatory things, the wrong information, even with your name spelled incorrectly, when they start fixing all of that, your score will automatically increase because you as the person, you're basically being rebuilt. You're being getting a start over, so to speak. So it increases your score considerably as things are removed from your credit that really don't need to be there anymore. It's been there too long. Maybe it is an old debt, but after a period of time, there is a legal time period where they must remove it, and they just don't because no one has really made them. So that's mainly how your score increases in line of credit, purchasing property, anything that will build your net worth or ways in which your score can be increased. But just because you have a lot of things doesn't necessarily mean that your score will be high because it is all based on how you manage that income.
Wow. I really appreciate that. And I gave you my word. I will be working with you to take care of mine, personal credit. And I know these things, but at the same time, I want to take it to the next level.
Okay.
What we're going to do is take a commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to do Relationship Monday. I got something for you guys. Don't y'all go away too far. You heard me? This is the boy, comedian Edwin Douglas. That's right. Tune in every Monday at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a new episode right here on iheart-radio, Spotify.com, and also Spreaker.com. That's right. And if you can't get into either one of them, all you have to do is Google You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show. That's that simple. All right. We're back. I really appreciate you giving us some insight on credit and also business. And what we're going to do is Relationship Monday, then we're going to get back to more information on the business. We did the credit, but we'll do the Relationship Monday. We'll get more details on the business side, how to start a business. All right, Relationship Monday. I know, fellas, a lot of times that you want to take your relationship to another level. Some of you guys may feel like you can't do more because of financial situation, or you may not have good credit to be able to accommodate or go out on a date like you really want to. Well, let me explain something to you. Never let another human being intimidate you because they make more money than you, or they have a better career, or you may be jobless, or you feel like that you don't have a chance of dating or going on a date like you want to? Well, first get yourself lined up with God. Ask God to show you who you are. Don't lose self-confidence on the ability and the gift that he put inside of you to have to live on this earth. First thing you want to do is put him first, then pray to God according to your dreams and your goals. And of course, have a job where you can take care of yourself, take care of the bills for yourself. Just think about it. Just follow his lead. So if you stay focused on your short-term goals, long-term goals, and then perhaps you meet a young lady or a woman that may have interest in you, be fair and honest and let her know exactly where you are in your life. If she chooses not to wait, guess what? Continue to stay focused, because I promise you, when you get things lined up with God first, God bless you, and you continue to stay obedient, then everything that will fall into place. Trust me. Continue to keep yourself lined up with Christ. You will have good credit, you will have a good job, and you will have a good life. And when you do that, once again, everything will fall into place. This is your boy, comedian Edwin-Douglas, on Relationship Monday. All right. Okay, Madeline, we're going to let you get to the business side of it. Then we're going to let Mr. Motivator do his motivation moment. So give us details on someone who want to start a business.
Well, starting a business, it's not as complicated as people may think, but it's not as easy as a lot of individuals may think, depending on what it is you want to do. So if you're looking to open up a franchise or a chain, of course, that will require a line of credit, which is money. You would need investors and people to fund it, or have a set aside amount of money that you want to open that business. So that in itself it's more detailed. But if you say you're an independent and you have something you want to start out of your home, you bake cookies, or you make jewelry, or you sew, those types of things, it's easier for you to start your own business, because your overhead, which is your business funding for your business, won't be as much. So with things like that, you would need your name, your business name. You need to get a business website. Then, of course, with that, you would need a way for people to pay you online, which is what they call a merchant service. And some people use PayPal. Starting out, it's okay. Now, what is that? Cash App, or even there's the other Square. So people use those as a beginning, but there are also merchant services that are for small businesses. So that's one of the products and services that we offer. And it's actually much cheaper and more affordable, I believe, for individuals. And this way you're able to take credit cards and debit cards. You can go to flea markets, your ad out of your pocket, advertisement. You want to have banners, signage. Then you want to have an EIN number, which is an employee identification number. That number will be something that the government can utilize when you file your taxes. You keep it separate from your personal money versus your business funds. So those are some of the basic things you will need to get started with that. Always have your business plan in order, updated, and what that business plan will consist of are things like how much it would be for you to have your inventory or products that you'll need in order to, if you sew anything that you need, your material, your thread, things like that, sewing machine, repairs. You want to make sure that you plan for that. That's why you call it a business plan. If you're going to have a staff, if you're going to hire anyone. So all of these things will be important for you. And, of course, I always recommend that you have someone that is an accountant or a bookkeeper of some sort, or get one of the softwares that are available to you. So those are the basic for get start first, whether you are direct marketing or if you're in marketing network marketing. It doesn't matter if you're a speaker. It's always best to have these things in order first before you make your first move.
All right. Mr. Motivator, we missed you last week. Uncle Ben, we sure did. Uncle Ben. Must have got caught up in that hamburger. Uncle Ben. Well, I told you I wasn't going to tease him about. He did call me and tell me that he had other engagements. You trying to be messy. Uncle Ben. I knew something wasn't right when he was speaking out of turn. He would probably still eating that hamburger. Uncle Ben. All right, enough of that. Well, we did miss you last week. I knew what was going on, but we felt like we really did miss you because motivation moment. We did need some motivation. So what we have from you today?
Well, I want to, first of all, I want to thank Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, he always has some comments that make me laugh, and he's so gracious. But I have something for everybody that's listening, everybody that's with us today. Check this out. Use it or lose it. Everyone that's listening, everyone that's tuned into the broadcast, I want you to think about what I just said. Use it or lose it. Mr. Motivator is trying to tell you something. You only have 24 hours a day. So you either use it or lose it. Much of your success is going to depend on how well you organize and use your time. Some of us sit around, we spend more time watching and listening to the 6 o'clock news. And then there are others who spend more time reading and learning something new, trying to figure out how to progress and be better in life, how to make ourselves, how to develop improvement, self-improvement for ourselves and to share it with others. So you either use your time wisely or either you waste it. And I looked up a scripture, and this scripture really kind of it sort of grabbed my attention, and it's over in the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14. It says, "Be not hearers of the word only, but be ye also doers." You know, faith without works is dead. If we began to practice becoming doers and exercise our faith along with the process, we're going to experience much more success. You know, it's just like if you have a car and you let your car idle and have it running, and you go into the store, you leave the doors open, and you got valuables in the car. Okay, the car's not locked. Any thief can take your car and drive off with it, and that not only do they have your car, they have your possessions. Well, your mind is the same way. If you leave your mind idle, you have it left open so anyone can affect it. They can program negative things in it. They can say things that maybe you may not need or want, but you've left your mind open and it's just sitting there idle. But if you don't leave your mind idle, if you become a doer and you feed your mind with positive information, you feed your mind around productive people, you feed your mind around making intelligent choices and trying to understand how to make intelligent choices in life, you become more successful. It is important that you use it or lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to use what you got. Too many people are trying to be like other people. Well, if you get my book, you can become a billionaire in 3 weeks. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Hey, that's okay, but you got to investigate. You got to look and find out if this is really real, if this is going to have what you need to get you where you need to be. So you got to use what you got and stop depending on others, because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, people don't always tell you all of the facts. They don't tell you that in order to get to the top and to become successful, it takes other people helping you and you helping others. The two young ladies, actually the three young ladies that we talked to and interviewed on the broadcast today, is a great example. Each one of them went through struggles, but they had someone who encouraged them. One had a wonderful husband. One had a wonderful friend. One had other people that came forward to help them, and they learned how to be helpful. You have to use what you got, and you learn how to share it with others. You got to network your network. But if you listen to people that tell you they did it by themselves, they got to the top because they were brilliant and geniuses and they didn't need help from no one, they're lying. You know, all of us need help getting to the top. And so we got to use it or lose it. And, again, going back to using it or lose it, when you use what you got and make the best of it, God's going to bless it, and it's going to get developed. It's going to develop and grow more, and it's going to get better and better through time and time. You got to use what you got. Use it or lose it. Now, we have a lot of complainers that are complaining. I call a lot of complainers, the name I use with a lot of them is called professional fault finders, because I find the complainers, they always look for negative things, something to put down everyone about, anyone that comes in their path. Someone may talk about one of our guests and say, oh, I don't like her show. I don't think it's going to be successful. See, that's someone that's a complainer. You don't know what's great until you go out and check it out yourself. We got to stop being complainers and being professional fault finders. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to vote. Are you going to be a complainer and be a fault finder and not do anything? I find that the doers, faith without works is dead. The doers do. You know, the ones that want to make things happen, they exercise their right. They vote. They don't take their privilege and just throw it aside. They vote. And if you vote, then you deserve the right to talk. But if you don't vote, you haven't done anything. I don't think you need to be complaining. I don't think you need to be running down into the presidents and talking about anyone if you haven't exercised your own right to vote. So use it or lose it. Make the best of life. Dare to dream and keep thinking big. And guess what, folks? You will discover your purpose in life on Mr. Motivator.
All right. We're running out of time, but before we go, Madeline, let everybody know how you can be reached, how they can contact you, and just promote yourself.
Thank you again. This has really been an awesome. I've had so much fun. So I just thank you again for allowing me to have the opportunity. You can find me on soulrealwithmadelyn@gmail.com. That's an email that you can connect with me. Or you can give me a call on my business line and allow me the opportunity to connect back with you, 903-480-5866. And please leave me a message. I love messages because I don't know that you call me if you don't leave me a message. And I just want to tell everybody just to be successful at all times. Those of you who are interested in natural wellness, go to www.erewards.shop/L1141549. That's erewards.shop/L1141549.
Real quickly, Mr. Motivator, tell them what you got coming up.
Well, this time I want everybody to take a look. Those of you who have not had the opportunity to read my book yet, it's called Success is an Attitude by Dwight-Jeffrey. I encourage you to go to Google or either go to Amazon.com and get a copy of that book. It will encourage you. It will motivate you to be the best that God has created you to be and to fulfill your purpose in life. I am on my way to Denver. I will be doing a show in Denver. I haven't gotten the details. I got to talk to my agent, but I will get the dates and everything. So all of my fans and people that know me, I'll be in the Denver area, so you can come out and see Mr. Motivator, because laughter is the best medicine. You need a good laugh. And as far as here at home, I'm still working with the youth this month, and I'm looking for helping others who may be dealing with hardships. I'm looking for ways to help a lot of the youth to get off the streets and to get them in the areas of resources that can help them become what God has created them to be in life.
All right. And myself, comedian Edwin Douglas, December 8th, I will be performing my new project, Gospel Soul, stand-up comedy, 2020, that's 2020, in Waco, Texas, and I'm going to carry it on to 2019, actually to 2020, different cities, but I'll keep you guys posted. And don't forget, we're all going to support our guest play, Tanisha Dean, When Silent Speak. It'll be located in Garland, Texas, November the 10th. We'll be there. And we got Mr. Motivator. Oh, Uncle Ben, make it quick. We got 30 seconds. Uncle Ben. I like that what Mr. Motivator said. Use it or lose it. I tell you what, son. You can take that hamburger and you use it or lose it, then you can come up and write another book on that. Uncle Ben. Shut up, boy. Until next time. Peace. And may God bless y'all. Don't y'all forget to tune in. Uncle Ben going to take us around the block. And peace, and may God bless y'all, and we see y'all next week. You heard me?
I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. Be a big stone and I borrow. Yeah. That's why I'm leaving. Easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. That's why I'm easy like Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, oh high. I wanna be free to know the things I do right. No free. Just me. Oh, man.
This has been another great episode on You Heard Me First Radio Talk Show with your host, comedian Edwin Douglas, along with my co-host, Mr. Motivator, and DJ Sidekick, Uncle Ben. Peace, and may God bless you.